everybody. My name's Darlene and I have Parkinson's. It's more than evening. What is it? It is 10:14. And I have been busy doing a bunch of, I say paperwork, but I can't write. So it's not really paperwork. It's just organizing and putting things on the computer. So that's what I was doing. So we're going to start off our day. We would have had our advent calendar, which we didn't have this morning. I thought that I didn't have a day 17, but Claudine found that Bill had opened my 17 and left his 17. So, yeah, I dropped my chocolate. There it is. So we just opened my 17 there, or opened Bill's 17 there. This is a snowflake, okay? So that's the advent. Now, I forgot to tell you something last night. I don't know, maybe I was psychologically trying to avoid telling you, but I am going to tell you. We were cooking dinner, Bill and I, and we were making this teriyaki bites from a ham sausage, or a kielbasa or whatever. We were using ham sausage. And I'm sorry I'm out of breath here, but so we were making that. Claudine made a beautiful pan of roasted potatoes and peppers and everything in the oven. And she had run up to the store for a few minutes. Asked me just to keep an eye on them. So we were going to cook them in the fry pan whole, but we decided we didn't like the look of the casing. So she pulled the casings off and just sort of cut them into chunks. And if we didn't stir them too much, they wouldn't crumble. They'd stay in chunks. And we'd have these chunks. And Bill chopped up an avocado for me, and I added some sour cream and salsa and mixed it all together. So we had that to go with our potatoes, and I thought dip our sausages in. Well, Bill came out to check how I was doing, and he said, I can smell the sausages. Maybe we should turn them down. And I said, yes, we should turn them down. So he took the button and he turned it down. And I said, oh, no, that's not down. I said, that's up. I said, you got to turn it this other way. So we turned it the other way, which was up, not down. 5 minutes later, Claudine arrives home and says, what is smelling? And I said, well, I haven't quite got to stir the sausages again yet. I said, we need to stir the sausages. I'm just making a dip here. She says, you need to do more than stir the sausages. She says, they're burnt to the bottom of the pan. So I took a good look at it. Not only was it burnt to the bottom of the pan was destroyed. So I owe her a pan, and she took the bits of sausage and dumped them out. She took a picture of it. So there's proof of my burning the sausages. And then she didn't take a picture of the pan, but it was her favorite pan. So I have ordered her a new pan, and I am not to use the stove. So there's the end of my cooking. I can do a little bit of baking if I'm using the Mixmaster, and I'm giving somebody else the jobs of cutting and temperaturing and boiling water. So that's where that stands, and I'm going to put a picture in at the end of those little charred. They were, you know what? They were apple cranberry sausages. They look so good. I made myself eat one that was not as bad as the others. It would have been really good, but it was bad. It was bad. It was burnt. Anyway, Bill had a chemo day today. Didn't have to stay for the full 4 hours after the chemo. He just had to do his infusion and stay for half an hour. So I was still in bed, actually, when they got home, because it was a very early appointment. So they went and did their chemo. And Bill has been quite tired today, so he's taking it easy. Has a bit of a chemo rash on his hands, we think. And so we're just putting cream and stuff on it. And his fingers are hurting him a bit. I don't know. He'll just have to ask them the next time they're in, or we'll keep an eye on them if they start to go red. What other things? Snow day today. Snow. Cold. It was like minus 20. Feels like 29. It was cold, and there was lots of snow. So, looks like it's going to be a white Christmas for us. I had hoped that possibly tonight, Bill and I are going to make a gingerbread cake tomorrow. And I had hoped that possibly tonight I was going to get the house glued together and let it sit overnight, and then we'd just decorate tomorrow. But I've ran out of time. So I'll show you what the house is here. I'm hoping that the box isn't lying, because it said it was going to be easy. I'm always very leery when something says easy, because it usually isn't. So let's see what we got here. It says, I'll put it up here. It says easy build gingerbread house. And it's got, I don't know what makes it easy build, because it's not already put together. New tastier recipe. Well, I can do with the tastier recipe. Guess we'll find out tomorrow. So tomorrow, that's Bill and I's project, is to get that gingerbread done and possibly wrap a few more gifts. And other than that, I don't know what else we're going to do. So stay tuned. There'll be fun somehow. Okay. Have a good night. Bye-bye.